Hey everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Roast Days, the podcast where you improve your English while getting lightly roasted for your mistakes. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Rayan, the guy who once said many water in a restaurant and confused the waiter so badly that he brought me 3 empty glasses.
Honestly, Rayan, sometimes your English mistakes deserve their own museum.
True. But today we're talking about one of the most common grammar problems English learners face.
The difference between much, many, and more.
Tiny words, massive confusion.
Exactly. Because sometimes people say, much people, many money, more better.
And somewhere in the distance, an English teacher suddenly feels pain without knowing why.
Today we'll make this super easy. By the end of this conversation, you'll know exactly when to use much, many, and more naturally in English.
And make sure you stay until the end, because we'll also share some real-life examples, funny mistakes, and quick speaking tips to help you sound fluent.
Plus, we've got questions for you during the podcast, so don't just listen. Answer in your mind or comments too.
All right, Jessica, let's start with the basics. What's the main difference between much and many?
Simple answer. We use many for things we can count. We use much for things we cannot count.
Boom. Podcast finished.
Relax, Professor, we need examples.
Fine. Let's start with many.
Many is used with countable nouns, things you can count one by one.
Like books, phones, students, cups, mistakes Jessica makes.
Excuse me?
Sorry. Tiny correction mistakes Rayan makes.
Much better. So we say many books, many students, many cars.
Because you can count them. 1 book, 2 books, 3 books.
Exactly.
Okay, audience question. Can you count apples?
Yes.
Then which one is correct? Much apples or many apples?
The answer is many apples.
Good. Now let's talk about much.
Much is used for uncountable nouns,
Things you cannot count individually.
like water, money, sugar, time, information, coffee.
Stress.
Definitely stress.
Especially when someone says, speak about yourself in English.
Suddenly your entire vocabulary disappears.
Exactly. So we say much water, much money, much time.
Because these are uncountable nouns.
Here's a quick trick. If you can add s easily and count them individually, use many. If not, use much.
For example, 1 chair, 2 chairs.
Countable. So many chairs.
But 1 water, 2 waters?
Sounds weird in normal grammar.
Right, so much water.
Although in restaurants, native speakers sometimes say, 2 waters, please.
True, that means 2 bottles or 2 glasses of water. Spoken English can bend grammar a little.
English is basically a language that creates rules and then breaks them for entertainment.
Honestly, yes.
Now here's something important. In everyday conversation, native speakers don't use much in positive sentences very often.
Exactly, this is a huge speaking tip.
Instead of saying, I have much money,
Native speakers usually say, I have a lot of money.
or I don't have much money.
Much sounds more natural in questions and negative sentences.
Like, how much time do we have? There isn't much food left.
But in positive sentences, I have much homework.
Sounds robotic.
Better, I have a lot of homework.
Audience question, which sounds more natural? 1. I have much free time. 2. I have a lot of free time.
Number 2.
Nice. Your English is already improving.
Meanwhile, Rayan still struggles with basic texting.
Hey, autocorrect attacks me daily.
Sure, blame technology.
Another common mistake. People confuse many and more.
Yes, many means a large number. More means an additional amount.
Example, I have many friends.
Means a large number of friends.
I want more friends.
Means additional friends.
Which honestly sounds slightly desperate.
Very desperate.
Another example, there are many restaurants here.
Large quantity.
I need more food.
Additional food.
Because apparently 1 burger isn't enough for you.
Never enough.
Let's do a quick mini challenge.
Fill in the blank. How many do you have?
The answer, much.
Next. There are people in the mall.
Many.
Last one. I need sleep.
Definitely more.
Honestly, same.
Before we continue, audience question. Which word confuses you more, much, many, or more?
Think about it while listening. Because we're about to go deeper into real-life situations where learners make mistakes all the time.
Including mistakes I made yesterday.
That list is endless. All right, everyone. Now that we understand the basic difference between much, many, and more, let's move into real-life English. Because honestly, Grammar rules become much easier when you hear them in everyday situations instead of boring textbook examples that sound like they were written by a tired robot in 1998.
Exactly, because no one in real life says, I possess many pencils and much rice.
True. People usually learn grammar better through conversations, stories, and situations they can actually imagine.
Like me standing in the kitchen at 2 a.m., looking for more snacks, even though I already ate enough food for 3 people.
Your midnight eating habits honestly deserve scientific research.
Thank you. I consider that a compliment.
Let's start with a common situation: shopping.
Ah, yes, the place where money disappears faster than motivation on Monday morning.
Imagine you walk into a clothing store and you see 20 jackets hanging on the wall.
You can count jackets individually
Exactly. So you would say, there are many jackets in this store.
because jackets are countable.
Right. But now imagine the store owner asks, how much money do you want to spend?
Because money is usually uncountable.
Correct. And this is where learners often make mistakes because they try to use many with everything,
I used to say, how many money do I need?
which sounds painful to native speakers.
Honestly, English learners suffer enough already.
Another useful thing to remember is that many is commonly used in questions and negative sentences too.
Like, do you have many friends? There aren't many restaurants nearby.
Exactly. But in relaxed daily conversation, native speakers often replace many with phrases like a lot of, lots of, tons of.
Especially in American English, because people love sounding casual.
So instead of saying, there are many people at the party,
Someone might naturally say, there are a lot of people at the party.
both are correct, but one sounds more conversational.
Audience question. Which sentence sounds more natural in daily speaking? 1. There are many cars outside. 2. There are a lot of cars outside.
Usually number 2 in casual conversation.
Here's something funny though. English teachers teach grammar very formally at first, and then native speakers completely ignore the formal style during conversations.
Honestly, yes. You study. There are many reasons. Then you hear a native speaker say, there's like a bunch of reasons.
And suddenly, your textbook starts crying quietly in the corner.
Now let's talk more about much, because this word has its own personality.
A very serious personality.
True, much sounds more formal in positive sentences.
For example, I have much respect for her.
That actually sounds natural because formal English accepts much more easily.
But if you say, I have much pizza at home.
You sound like a Shakespearean delivery driver.
Audience challenge. Which sentence sounds strange? 1. I don't have much energy today. 2. I have much energy today.
The second one sounds unnatural in casual English,
Better version, I have a lot of energy today.
which I definitely do not.
Same. My energy level today is approximately 1 sleepy potato.
Another important thing learners should know is that much is very common with questions.
Especially when asking about amounts.
Like, how much water do you drink every day? How much time do we have left? How much sugar do you want in your coffee?
And notice something important here.
All those nouns are uncountable.
Water, time, sugar, coffee.
Exactly.
Now let's move into more, because this word is everywhere in English conversations.
More is extremely flexible.
You can use more with countable nouns, uncountable nouns, adjectives, and even actions.
For example, I want more books, countable noun.
I need more water, uncountable noun.
This movie is more interesting, adjective comparison.
She studies more than me, action.
See more works in many situations.
Honestly, more is like that one employee in every office who somehow does every job.
And still gets no vacation.
Exactly.
One huge mistake learners make is saying, more better.
Which sounds incorrect because better already means more good.
Right. English already includes the comparison inside the word better.
So you say this phone is better, not this phone is more better.
Another common mistake, more easier.
Correct version, easier.
Because some adjectives already have comparative forms.
Audience question, which sentence is correct? 1. This lesson is more easier. 2. This lesson is easier.
Number 2,
Nice. You're officially surviving English grammar today.
barely surviving.
Honestly, learning English sometimes feels like trying to assemble furniture without instructions.
And somehow you always end up with extra pieces.
Exactly.
Before we continue deeper into comparisons and advanced usage, think about this. When was the last time you accidentally used much, many, or more incorrectly in a conversation?
And don't worry if you make mistakes, because even fluent speakers sometimes say weird things when they're tired, distracted, or trying to speak too quickly.
Meanwhile, Rayan says weird things even with full energy.
That's my natural talent.
All right, everyone. Now we're moving into one of the most important parts of today's lesson because this is where English learners start sounding more natural, more fluent, and honestly, much more confident during conversations.
Exactly, because knowing grammar rules is one thing, but using them naturally while speaking fast is a completely different challenge,
Especially when your brain suddenly stops working during conversations.
which happens to me every time someone says, "Tell me an interesting fact about yourself."
And then you forget your own name.
Exactly.
So now let's talk about how much, many, and more are used in daily speaking situations. Because native speakers don't always follow textbook patterns perfectly.
Native speakers love shortcuts.
They really do.
For example, native speakers often replace much and many with expressions like a lot of, lots of, a bunch of, tons of.
Especially in casual conversations with friends, coworkers, classmates, or family members.
Let's compare a few examples.
Formal sentence. There are many reasons to learn English.
Casual sentence. There are a lot of reasons to learn English.
Both are correct.
But the second one sounds warmer and more natural in daily conversation.
Same thing with much.
Formal. I don't have much patience today,
Casual. I don't have a lot of patience today.
which honestly describes me perfectly when the internet stops working.
You lose patience faster than your phone battery.
True.
Audience question. Which sounds more natural in casual conversation? 1. I have many assignments. 2. I have a lot of assignments.
Usually number two.
But this does not mean many and much are wrong.
Absolutely not. They are still very important.
You'll hear them all the time in questions, formal speaking, writing, news reports, books, and professional English.
For example, how many students are in your class? How much coffee do you drink?
Completely natural.
Another important thing learners should know is that many and much are often used for emphasis when someone wants to sound dramatic or emotional,
Example. You eat too much sugar.
which my dentist tells me every single year,
Another example. There are too many people here.
which everyone says when entering a crowded shopping mall during a sale.
Exactly.
Now let's focus deeply on more because more is one of the most useful words in English.
Seriously, native speakers use more constantly.
More helps us talk about increases, comparisons, desires, and additional amounts.
For example, I need more time.
Additional time,
We need more chairs.
additional chairs,
She wants more experience before applying for the job.
additional experience.
And notice something important. More works with both countable and uncountable nouns.
Exactly,
Chairs are countable, experience is uncountable.
but more works perfectly with both,
This makes more easier to use than much or many in some situations.
which is why learners sometimes overuse more for everything.
Like saying more people instead of many people.
And technically, that can still be correct depending on the meaning.
Exactly, context matters.
Many people means a large number of people.
But more people means an additional number of people compared to before.
Example, many people attended the concert, large crowd.
More people arrived after 8 p.m. Additional people arrive later.
Tiny difference, big meaning change.
Audience challenge. Which sentence talks about an increase? 1. There are many cars outside. 2. There are more cars outside now.
Number two, because the number increased.
Great.
Another area where more becomes extremely important is comparisons.
Yes, comparative English.
Like, English is more difficult than I expected.
Or, this phone is more expensive.
Usually we use more before longer adjectives,
Especially adjectives with 2 or more syllables.
like more comfortable, more beautiful, more interesting, more expensive,
But short adjectives usually use R endings instead.
faster, smaller, cheaper, easier.
So we say, this book is more interesting.
But this book is cheaper.
Not more cheap.
English really loves making simple things complicated.
Honestly, yes.
Here's another mistake learners make. More happier.
Incorrect.
Because happier already contains the comparison.
Correct version. Happier.
Audience question. Which sentence is correct? 1. I feel more happier today. 2. I feel happier today.
Number 2.
Nice.
Another useful speaking tip. Native speakers often use more to sound polite when making requests.
Example. Could I have some more water, please?
Or, can you explain that one more time?
Which students say after zoning out for 10 minutes during class.
Meanwhile, pretending they understood everything.
Exactly.
More also appears in motivational phrases all the time,
Like practice more, sleep more, worry less.
which is excellent advice, honestly.
Especially the sleep part.
Before we continue, think about this. Which word do you use the most in daily English conversations? Much, many, or more?
And which one still feels difficult for you when speaking quickly?
Because understanding grammar slowly is easy.
But using it naturally during real conversations is where true fluency begins.
All right, everyone. Now that we understand the basic meanings and daily usage of much, many, and more, it's time to move into something that causes confusion for almost every English learner at some point. Questions and negative sentences.
Ah, yes, the place where grammar suddenly becomes a mental puzzle.
Exactly. Because many learners know the rules during practice exercises. But when they start speaking naturally, they panic and mix everything together.
Which is exactly what happened to me during a job interview once.
Oh no. What did you say?
The interviewer asked, "How much experience do you have?" And I accidentally replied, "Many."
Just many?
Yes, one word, then silence.
Honestly, that interview probably ended spiritually right there.
It absolutely did.
So let's make sure our listeners never suffer like that.
Please learn from my pain.
One important grammar rule is this. Much and many are very commonly used in questions and negative sentences.
Much more than in positive casual conversation.
Exactly.
Let's start with questions using many.
Many is used when asking about countable things.
Like, how many brothers do you have? How many countries have you visited? How many emails did you receive today?
All countable nouns,
Brothers, countries, emails.
because you can count them one by one.
Audience question. Which sentence is correct? 1. How much books do you read? 2. How many books do you read?
Number 2.
Nice.
Now let's look at much in questions.
Much is used for uncountable nouns.
Example. How much water do you drink every day? How much time do we need? How much money did you spend?
Water, time, money.
Uncountable nouns.
Here's a useful trick. If the answer can usually be a number plus a singular measurement, much often works.
Like 2 liters of water, 3 hours of time, $5 of money.
Exactly.
Another thing learners should know is that native speakers use how much constantly in restaurants, stores, and daily conversations.
Like, how much is this shirt?
Which means, what is the price?
Very important survival English.
Especially when shopping.
Or when checking your bank account and preparing emotionally.
Now let's move into negative sentences, because this is where much sounds much more natural.
Example, I don't have much energy today.
Completely natural.
We didn't have much time.
Natural.
There isn't much milk left.
Also natural.
But if you say, I have much energy today,
That sounds strange in casual speaking.
better, I have a lot of energy today.
Audience challenge. Which sentence sounds more natural? 1. She has much homework. 2. She has a lot of homework.
Number 2,
Great.
many also appears naturally in negative sentences.
Like, there aren't many people here.
Or, I don't have many friends in this city.
Which sounds slightly sad.
English grammar and emotional damage together in one sentence.
Another interesting thing is that much and many are often used with words like too, so, very, as.
Examples, too much noise, too many problems, so much stress, so many messages.
And honestly, a modern life gives people both too much stress and too many notifications.
My phone sends me more notifications than actual happiness.
That sounds deeply concerning.
It is.
Let's explain the difference between too much and too many. Because learners confuse these all the time.
Too much is for uncountable nouns.
Example. There is too much sugar in this coffee.
Too many is for countable nouns.
Example. There are too many cars on the road.
Audience question. Which sentence is correct? 1. Too much people. 2. Too many people.
Number 2, because people are countable.
Exactly.
Another useful expression native speakers use constantly is so much,
Like, thank you so much,
or I had so much fun.
which means a very large amount.
Native speakers also say so many,
Example, there were so many people at the concert.
meaning a very large number.
Another mistake learners make is forgetting that some nouns look countable in other languages but are uncountable in English.
Like information.
Incorrect, many informations.
Correct, much information. Or more naturally, a lot of information.
Same with advice.
Incorrect, many advices.
Correct, much advice or a lot of advice.
English really enjoys surprising learners with random grammar traps.
It's like the language wakes up every morning and chooses confusion.
Honestly, yes.
Let's do a quick speaking challenge for everyone listening.
Fill in the blanks naturally. I don't have free time these days.
Much,
There are students in the library.
many,
I need sleep.
more,
Honestly, the answer to that last one is always more sleep.
especially for students who start studying at midnight and suddenly become philosophers at 3 a.m.
Before we continue deeper into advanced comparisons and natural speaking patterns, think about this. Do you usually make more mistakes while writing English or while speaking English quickly?
Because fast conversations are where grammar mistakes attack without warning.
Especially when your brain is translating from your native language at full speed.
And meanwhile, native speakers are casually shortening words, speaking quickly, and destroying your confidence.
But don't worry. Step by step, your English becomes more natural with practice. All right, everyone. Today we learned the difference between much, many, and more. And honestly, these tiny words can completely change how natural your English sounds during conversations.
Exactly, because grammar is not only about memorizing rules, it's about understanding how real people actually speak in daily life.
We learned that many is used with countable nouns,
Like books, people, cars, and mistakes I make every day.
which are honestly impossible to count at this point.
True.
We also learned that much is used with uncountable nouns,
Like water, money, time, stress, homework, and coffee.
especially coffee, because without coffee, many people would probably stop functioning completely.
Including me.
And finally, we learned that more is used when talking about additional amounts, comparisons, or increases,
Like more time, more practice, more confidence.
which is exactly what English learners need.
More practice and less fear.
That's one of the biggest secrets to becoming fluent, actually.
Because many learners wait until their English becomes perfect before speaking.
But fluency comes from making mistakes, learning from them, and continuing anyway.
Even native speakers make grammar mistakes sometimes.
Absolutely.
The difference is that fluent speakers keep talking instead of panicking.
So if you accidentally say, much people, or more better, don't feel embarrassed.
Just correct yourself and continue speaking confidently.
Because every mistake teaches you something important.
Unless the mistake is posting an emotional message at 2 a.m.
That lesson usually comes with regret.
Immediate regret.
Before we finish, here's one final audience challenge for you.
Try making 3 sentences right now. One with much, one with many, and one with more.
And if you want extra speaking practice, try saying them out loud instead of only thinking about them.
Because speaking English confidently requires training your mouth, not only your brain.
Also, pay attention while watching movies, listening to podcasts, or reading English online, because now you'll start noticing much, many, and more everywhere.
Seriously, once you learn grammar patterns properly, your brain suddenly starts spotting them in every conversation.
It's actually a great way to improve naturally without memorizing endless grammar tables.
And remember, small improvements every day create massive progress over time.
Your English does not need to become perfect overnight.
It just needs to become a little better every single day.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today and practicing your English together with us.
We hope this conversation helped you feel more confident, more comfortable, and much less confused about using much, many, and more in real English conversations.
Keep practicing, keep listening, and most importantly,
Keep speaking English even when it feels scary at first.
because confidence grows through action.
And honestly, your future fluent self will thank you for not giving up today